Welcome to the Building ColdStrike series on the Braving the Mountain podcast. I'm a mama building a business with houndsmen in mind and a husband by my side. We set off on a hunting journey back in 2019 and it led us to where we are now, building a business to create a life we love and doing our best to inspire families to brave the mountains together. We are talking everything in this series from conquering fears and going after dreams. Nothing is off limits here. Business, marketing, cash flow, successes, and failures will all be things we talk about here. We've got a backseat full of kids, dogs in the box, and the hubs behind the wheel, so let's head to the mountains together. We're taking you along on our journey with us, and we couldn't be happier to have you here. Hello, I am back. I wanted to pop in here and give you a little ColdStrike bonus, a little building ColdStrike bonus today. I just wanted to give another update on where we are right now with everything as I record this. Or so I thought. I would still be waiting to hear back on shipping rates, but I actually got the email about 5 minutes before I pushed record. If you follow us on Instagram, Building ColdStrike is what we're doing right now. It's a product-based business that my husband and I are starting. We are designing basically a hiking pant with the houndsman in mind. We run bear all summer, lion in the winter, and it is so hard to find hunting clothes for the entire family. So we decided to jump in, go for it, and design it ourselves. It has been a wild ride. We began, just over a year ago, probably. I'm really bad with time. Just ask my husband. He's my editor, and anytime I hear him chuckle while he's editing a session, I know that I got one of our kids' age wrong or a date wrong. So it's been at least a year since we began this journey. If you do follow us on Instagram or you have heard, we had a little hang up with our shipping of our fabrics. So the original, I don't even know if I would call this a roadblock, but the original order that we placed an order for 250 yards of fabric. We wanted to have enough to get our product out there, but didn't want to go too crazy. And so, when $4,000 sounds a little better than $8,000, it's the numbers start to get scary. And even though we'd been saving up to do this, it still gets a little scary. That was our first setback. She called us, the shop that we're using, Goodarzi, called us after she'd placed the order for the 250 yards, and the actual minimum order on that specific fabric that we had chosen was 400 yards. So she asked if we wanted to up the order or look for a different fabric. We were in love with that fabric. It's heavier than most other pant lines out there, still had the same two-way stretch. We absolutely loved the fabric we chose, so we didn't want to look at other options. So we bumped it up to 400 yards, which now brings me to shipping and why I think ordering more fabric turned out to be a blessing in disguise. Because shipping by boat is originally how we planned on having it come over. It's delayed by 2 months. So she negotiated an air rate for us, and the lowest she could find was $1,700. To be honest, $1,700 sucks. I won't lie. But after asking many of our Instagram followers, running some numbers, it's only going to increase the cost of our pants by just under $10. Many of our followers voted they don't mind paying an extra $10. They're going to be awesome pants. I'm super excited. She actually also just told me, and this is like brand new news, we should have a few yards in this week. As I sit here this week, end of April is when I'm recording this. So that she'll be able to sew a sample and get it out to us. So we're super excited about that. But I just want you to know, on the shipping and having to adjust the price of the pants, our goal, honestly, was to keep the costs as low as possible with the quality as high as possible. So we are staying in the US, but we spared no expense when it came to fabric. We opted for an industrial thread. We nitpicked and paid attention to every teeny little detail when it came to the size of the pockets, the depth of the pockets, the stitching used, how the pocket was covered or not covered. So some of the pockets, we didn't want a flap to be in the way. We wanted the pockets on the legs to be able to hold some of the gear that we carry. We carry a GPS to track our dogs. If we want to slide our GPS into our pant pocket, it has to be a certain depth and a certain width to be able to fit that. We have a very specific niche market of houndsmen and also want to appeal to Anybody that hikes with their dogs, maybe they have some of them put a vibrating collar on them to teach obedience or anything like that. And so to be able to put some of those controls in your pocket was one of the goals that we had, as well as the industrial thread. We have had pants from a few of the other companies that are out there, and some of them, the pockets fell off. And honestly, I don't want to deal with the quality control by going overseas, because when you're getting thousands of pairs back, I just want to know that what we're getting is quality and that it has been dealt with here and looked at very closely. And I don't know, I absolutely love Godarzy for that. Anyways, diving into this journey has been an adventure, and as scary as the numbers are at this point, I do feel at ease in knowing that we are on the right path. I know we still have a hell of a lot of work ahead of us. It's not going to be an easy journey breaking into the apparel world. And so we're hoping that we can just bring that extra oomph to the table and give amazing quality at a great price point and just be that one-stop shop for houndsman families. And I want these pants to be able to go through more than one kid. So yeah, you might be spending well over $100 for a pair of pants for your kids, but I want them to last through more than one kid. So we spared no expense when it comes to quality. We're super excited about this. Right now, we're looking for another business coach that can just take us completely to the next level. We want somebody that's been there, done that in the product industry. So by the time this airs, I can guarantee you we probably found one. Fabric will have arrived, and we will now be sampling the products we dreamed up in our head. I just wanted to document the place we're at on our journey right now, because it has not been an easy one. And this is the behind the scenes look, and I'm just trying to remember every piece of it. I mean, honestly, you could probably go back through all the podcasts by the end of our journey when we're launching, and you would know how to launch a product-based business yourself. I mean, there are the nitty-gritty details and the behind the scenes and the back and forth between the shop and I, and figuring out how to market and how to stand out in a saturated market. And I mean, I've done it with photography in the industry that I'm in for the location that I'm at. But something that I've really been asking myself lately is, how can we stand above the crowd? Just go for it and just stand out above the crowd. And I think that that is going to be what we offer. And we are in a very niche market. The other exciting thing is the other product that we've been creating. So we've been creating this with Tactical Tailor over in Washington, and it's a chest pack. Boy, has this one been a ride. This, if you listened back in episode, I don't remember what number, the Halloween party that changed it all, that is finally when it clicked. But before that night, we had been searching for shops, calling. We've called California, Wisconsin. COVID shut everything down. I'm so excited to just put that whole thing behind us. That one has been a ride to try to figure it out. We actually received our first sample in April, and we were really disappointed when it arrived and it didn't have the straps attached. So we were unable to test it out. Blessing in disguise. I'm really trying to stay positive on this because we were really bummed about it. But as I pulled it out and started messing with it, we noticed right off the bat there were a few things that we needed to change. And so I sent it over with Dustin. He went for a hunting weekend with the guys and told them to put their heads together and brainstorm how to remedy what we weren't liking. And as of right now, we're kind of back to the drawing board again. But this is also the timeline that has been so hard, because once we approve the final chest pack sample, it goes into a pricing process. So they break down each step that it took to create that exact piece and now put a price on what it would cost for parts and labor and to build it again, essentially. But she told me this takes about a month. Once we have our price, then we can order more samples to be able to send out to people to get feedback and help us with marketing and all of that good stuff. At this point, we can also place our first production run, but that one will take about 4 months from receipt of the order to goods delivered on our front porch. And so this one's been a journey, slower than I wanted. So when I make a decision and I just want to go for it and I want it done and I wanted it done yesterday and let's do this and I'll crank it out to get it done. This journey has taught me a lot of patience. I will say that. We had no idea how much this sort of thing took to get where we're at. But if there's one thing that I do know, we are not giving up. Not giving up. We know the market we want to serve. We know how they need to be served. And we're going for the gusto. We started this thing and now we're here to finish it. Keep your eyes peeled. We're only getting closer by the day. And I just wanted to document our journey. I wanted to talk through it. I wanted to, I don't know, just be able to tell my kids in the future, like if they have a dream, like Kenna, Ella, Jack, Chloe, if you guys have a dream that you want to chase down, don't be afraid to chase it. I wanted to document the ups and downs. This wasn't easy. And as Dean Graziosi always says, on the other side of the biggest hurdles are your greatest successes. And this is what drives me every single day, is because I know what I want in life. I know where we're going. We want to be able to serve in a bigger way and to serve our market and to be able to give back to conservation and all of the good stuff, and to be able to have this platform to just document the entire journey, all my thoughts and feelings as we go. Didn't think I was going to cry. To be able to just document it all has been so amazing. So keep your eyes peeled. ColdStrikeGear.com. For those of you that listen that are interested, I know our main platform that we push this podcast onto is the Hunting Fam. And so hop over to our website, find us on Instagram, give us some love. This is our journey, and we have been so excited to take you along with us. And thank you so, so much for being here.
Can you believe that you just finished another episode of the Braving the Mountain podcast? I'm giving you a virtual high five right now because you are well on your way to building that mountain behind life's chaos and creating a life that you absolutely love living in. Check out today's show notes for all the goodies from today's episode. Talk to you next time.